and the 27-nation European Union has signed a free trade agreement tagged the mother of all deals. Once signed and ratified by the European Parliament, a process that could take at least a year, the pact will expand bilateral trade and lift Indian exports. The India-European Union Free Trade Agreement is not just another trade pact. It is a strategic reset at a moment when global trade is fragmenting, when supply chains are being weaponized and India's negotiations with the United States remain stalled and uncertain. For India, the European Union FTA is about scale, stability and strategic leverage for Indian consumers and its businesses. It promises tangible cost benefits across sectors. This deal between India and the European Union will be a living agreement. It's embedded with mechanisms for multiple reviews and regulatory consultancies to maintain and manage new and sudden challenges. New Delhi believes that this deal will send a strong signal to global businesses that India believes in open and fair trade, certainty and rules-based order.
Friends, आज ग्लोबल ऑर्डर में बड़ी उथल-पुथल है। ऐसे में भारत और यूरोपियन यूनियन की साझेदारी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सिस्टम में स्थिरता को मजबूती देगी। इस संदर्भ में आज हमने यूक्रेन, पश्चिमी एशिया, इंडो पैसिफिक सहित कई वैश्विक मुद्दों पर विस्तार से चर्चा की।
Unlike bilateral FTAs, an European Union deal gives India exporters simultaneous access to all 27 member nations under one framework. That means Indian firms don't have to renegotiate standards country by country, which will be a major advantage for MSMEs, for pharma exporters, auto component makers, and textile manufacturers. This is particularly critical as the EU tightens trade rules under its carbon border adjustment mechanism and green standards. Being inside the FTA tent will give India more flexibility, transition periods, and negotiation space. Trade is just one aspect, and it is the entry point. The FTA opens doors to advanced manufacturing technology, to green hydrogen partnerships, semiconductor collaboration, climate finance, and carbon markets. It would also boost defense co-production and aerospace supply chains. For India's ambition to move up the value chain, this matters far more than raw trade volumes. People-to-people connect will also enhance the partnership even further.
In a multipolar world, the European Union and India are working together to grow spheres of shared prosperity. Together, we must show leadership on global issues. Cooperation between the European Union and India will help shape a more balanced, resilient, and inclusive global order.
But beyond geopolitics and strategy, the FTA delivers something very real: lower prices on many European goods. For one, cars. European automobiles currently face an import duty of anywhere between 60 to 100% in India. While full elimination will be phased, reductions will make luxury cars and high-end motorcycles significantly cheaper over time. When a duty that sits around 70 to 110% drops to about 40%, the tax portion of that price shrinks sharply. The biggest impact will be in the premium and luxury segments. These cars rely on full imports. They pay the highest duties. And when those duties fall, the effect shows up directly in the showroom price. Brands like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, Porsche, Volvo and Volkswagen will see a significant drop in prices. The biggest shift beyond cars will come in goods trade. Indian textiles and garments face about 10% duties in the European Union. These are expected to be reduced gradually, which would help Indian exporters compete more effectively against Bangladesh and Vietnam in Europe's vast apparel market. Electronics and machinery inputs that are sourced from Europe are also likely to become cheaper once these duties are eased. This will support Indian manufacturers who currently bear higher import costs on specialized components. Indian machinery and electronics exporters are likely to find it easier to enter the European market as technical barriers are now lowered. For Indian consumers and businesses, the effect will show up over time as high-value imports will become slightly more affordable. For exporters, it would mean wider access to one of the world's wealthiest markets. Now, this agreement brings good news for consumers of imported liquor and of gourmet products. Heavy import duties on premium alcohol from Europe is set to be lowered, making global brands more accessible in the Indian market. This move is expected to give a boost to hotels, to restaurants and premium retail outlets across the country. European exports such as wines, as spirits, cheese and dairy products, olive oil, chocolates and all of specialty food will now become cheaper for Indian consumers. While Indian processed food, tea, coffee, spices and seafood will gain better access to shelves in the European Union. India's jewellery sector is also likely to benefit. Belgium's Antwerp, the world's largest hub for diamonds, will be able to export rough diamonds to India at a reduced duty. This is expected to bring down jewellery prices and support India's processing industry. This free trade agreement signals that India is no longer just a large market. It is a rule shaper in global trade. At a time when protectionism is resurging, India is choosing integration on its own terms. The European Union deal strengthens India's hand with Washington. It reassures global investors, boosts exports, creates jobs, lowers prices, and accelerates India's climb up the economic value chain. And the significance of this deal was summed up best by the President of the European Union, Ursula von der Leyen.
India has risen, and Europe is truly glad about it. Because when India succeeds, the world is more stable, more prosperous, and more secure. And we all benefit. Prime Minister, distinguished friend, we did it. We delivered the mother of all deals.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.